So hello, welcome back to Alexander Technique 14. And here we have Kalle Lundahl. Please do tell us what happened since past week. What are your experiences?
I'm walking more probably. And I use my cobra has become better. The cobra position.
Oh,
Yes, I notice it when I walk. I'm more probably. So that's the differences.
you look more upright. You were very down before. And you're less serious now. I remember a couple of years ago, the seriousness. That actually breaks the back in the end. It looks much better. Let's see if we can do the monkey. Have you been practicing the monkey?
No.
I do recommend it. It's a simple way of getting to know the joint. There's some lighting here, maybe. Doesn't look half bad. You have been practicing constructive rest. So you're less tense here and the nodding movement comes easier. Not as strained anymore. So think of lengthening and a smile at the back of your eyes. As we can see, your eyes, or anyone's eyes, are on the same level as the end of the skull here. So when you think of a smile, down here, back here, it's an odd idea, but if you manage, you do manage it. There you go. Yes. Something funny, could be mental reading process or something like that. Yeah. Very good. Let's see here. There. So you have a pretty balanced head now. Not bad. You lengthen all the spine and you can widen your stance a little bit. Be good, yeah. So you don't have to pull forward though. You can stand like this. Continue to this. As of yet. Very good. And nod. I say yes to stopping. And I say no to act too swiftly. So do remember to put in pauses. Very important. The pauses are not only for rest, but it is stopping you from going on in the habitual manner. It gives you a chance to change your thinking and your doing. And as we just went through here in Wittgenstein, there is a close connection to what we do and what we think. It is actually the same thing. The monkey I do recommend, since it is a good way of learning this joint, which is a part of your constitution. Someone said the body is your temple. It could be a good idea to learn that temple. If you were to flex your knees a little bit, yeah, very good. See if we can, yes, fantastic, that's very good, yes, 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 yes. And we put this here, the other hand can stand, I can bring it up myself. Just want to make sure we get a little bit of the shoulder here. Shoulder movement, broadening, and yes, very good. This is much better. So the little practice we've done has actually caused tremendous effect. And I think you're slowly learning the very important hip joint. See if I can Yes. Bend you a little bit more, bend you over the hip joint. Look, so easy. Isn't that easy?
Yes.
And you can think of a directionality, the fingers going out, following this. You don't have to look forward, you can look that direction to keep your head more in. So when I move you like this, when you do the Surya Namaskar, you will also follow with the head. Like this, very good. Look at that, very good. You go up. And now while you're on the monkey, I do a little checkup to see if you still have this balance. And you do. Can you feel how smoothly your head now moves on the atlanto-occipital joint? And you say yes?
Yes.
Because you nod. I like that. You nodded and said yes. I also noted that your shoulder blades are now much more active. It used to be the case that you walked this way without any movement of the shoulder blades. Now they are entering as to make a healthier gait. Alltså en sundare sätt att gå på. You can think of a direction from the elbow going this back, and you continue to direct your head upwards. And I'll say this, we talked in the Bible, there's talk about the stiff-necked people. Direction is the celestial entry. This is being spiritual. You go up, you literally become more enspirited. And I'd say that's the only way to go into the spirit, by going up. Seems that Alexander technique has a huge religious impact. Very good. I will take you a little bit further down with your permission. Is this strenuous to you?
No.
So, what happens when we reproduce the monkey? For each time we are building up our musculature, the T1, the standing musculature or postural musculars, and they make it easier to withhold a longer time in this rather unusual position. So it doesn't put as much strain. And as we are learning how to using these postural muscles more, everything becomes easier. Walking, standing, sitting takes a lot less energy. And this is what we want to see in the yoga exercise as well. I will take you up through the head, so go up, yeah, continue, yes, very good, fantastic, continue. And up, and lengthen your back, and widen over the shoulders. So remember this and take that into the yoga exercise. Go widening, lengthening, a lot of space. On top of you and behind you, it's very important, bring that in. I really like the t-shirt. I'm going to take a photo of the t-shirt as well. It's a nice one. What is it?
Padre Pio,
Ah,
the saint.
Yeah, think of spirituality when you do this. Could help.
Surya Namaskar.
And put in some pauses when you feel it's suitable. Great, looks good. Yes. Then go outwards. The elbows. Good time to put a pause there. Yeah.
I think my cobra is better now than.
It is much better, yeah. You look less strained. Do not forget the tongue to be relaxed at the bottom of the palate. And do some active thinking here.
The seat of Cancun.
Yeah, definitely, and that smile and that laugh. Mental reading process. Inner reading or meaning. Put a pause there. We need to break here. This is the position that's most strenuous. So do continue the relaxing here. Lengthen here. And maybe you should flex your knees a little bit more. Yeah, that's just to keep this. And the direction here goes that way. So you don't think up this way, you think that way. So you could keep your head actually in line with the neck like this when you go up. See here? You can do the nodding, you can do everything. Very good, fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. You can slowly go up, maybe you can make it a little bit slower. Just so we can see. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Tremendous, Kalle. Hooray! Widen, lengthen. You can say you point with your head now, wherever you are having you can continue, you also look very nice, you can continue with that. You don't have to go up with your head, you keep it this way. Align with the back, yeah. So the head will come up when the rest come up. And I think that will make it easier to understand the connection between the head and the back. Put a stop there. So while you do this exercise, put 4 or 5 stops, I recommend, something like that. Let's see if we can put your head and come a little bit more situation. See here, yeah. That mental reading process, think of that. It's enough to make you laugh. And what you could do if you're trying to understand something, for instance, something difficult, people often tense their necks. I want to understand this, and they become serious. And at the very moment you become serious, there is no longer any understanding. So we need to keep that laugh, that mental reading process, or solo scrittura. Keep that, and it makes you laugh. Something. It's always there. Very good. Continue to lengthen, widening out, and bringing the shoulders into action as well. And in this process, you direct your fingers upwards and your elbows outwards.
Surya Namaskar.
Let's see here. So you can let loose of your hands. You can go. You can look to the right. See here. Yeah, you look much more relaxed. Always try to put your stance like shoulder width naturally. That's a bit too wide, a little less. And that is your normal stance with your toes forward.
Yeah,
That's quite good. It's quite good. No need to change that. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a big difference now in the balance here. So you are now not as tense back here as you were in the beginning. You're less serious. And as you can feel, there is more movement possible. It is not as restricted. Before it was, but now it's freer. We have this freedom. This freedom is what we are looking for. And you have the lengthening as well, very good. And you have the widening here as well. And as you widen, you will be able to bring your hands into action, the arms. We will have to work with the shoulders, but they are slowly coming into action. So this part, I think you feel now, are part of your arm more.
Yes, thank you.
This is mental reading process. They are not connected to the back. In the beginning, especially 2 years ago, you thought there was a joint only here, but there is a joint here. So you see a faulty perception, or an, what could I say, an not completely thought through thinking can lead to demise, lead to serious problems when it comes to the constitution. See if I can take you down to the, oops. Very good. So you do not have to keep your head in that direction. You can keep it in line with the back. That means it is easier to understand the connection between the back and the head. So now you can look forward. I'm just going to demonstrate to you. When you do Surya Namaskar, if you bend, you don't bend like this, but you let this bend so the head follows. You don't hold your head like this. Follows the elongation or of the back. It is easier to learn the connection between the head and the back that way. The head leads and the back follows. Of course, it's no rule against doing this, but this is not the correct Surya. You just follow. It is also more pedagogically. So you come down here.
So the difference is that your head is more down.
The head is in line with the back, so to speak. So now you can of course raise your head, but you shouldn't do that. So now it's a very down monkey here. And think of an elongation in your fingers. See here. Looks very good, Kalle. So I am pretty certain that you made some constructive rests at home.
Absolutely.
You did. Very good. Congratulations. I read a book about McGowan and Alexander teacher. It says the spiritual people, people who are in contact with the higher realms, they practice being directed more. So the direction is literally to the celestial sky, to heaven. And large misuse maybe can be compared to someone who has a connection to the bigger side, the bigger picture. It's very good. Let's see if I can get the arms to. Direction. Remember Cancun. I don't remember what the name of the Playa del Cancun. This is very good. This is very good. So you know more about directing, and this is an important lesson. For every time you train directing, it gets better, little by little. So it's rather close to iteration. You remember the Kanya example?
Yes.
So there is no correct way of saying Kanya, but for every time you say it, you become closer and closer to something understandable, more understandable. Level of correctness, I call that. Not 1 and 0. This is your dominant arm, since you're a left-hander. Isn't that right?
Indeed.
Getting better here as well. Direct that way. So, see. Very good, very good. Quite fantastic. So all that strain that used to be here in the lumbar region when you sit is now getting softer. But do remember, I think we should do maybe a tryout with you sitting in front of the computer. So as you to remember to widen and be present. Lengthening. See if you can lengthen up out of this situation. Go up, 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 up. Yes, very good. Quite fantastic. That you are. See here. Feel everything in and think that there is a huge amount of air above you. Yes, yes, very good. It's so much easier for me to move your arm, you don't interfere as much. So in the end, it's all about interference. The misunderstanding of the MRP, the mental reading process, or any other mental ideas, leads to putting extra interference with a very delicate balance between the head and the atlanto-occipital joint. McGowan says when this is severed or not as coming together, there can be no spiritual access. So it's a spiritual journey as well, and I like that idea that our bodies, when we misuse them, when we stop them, this flow to the higher realms also disappears. And one of the locking keys there is the smile at the back of my head, or laughter for that matter as well. Look, much broader here over the shoulders. They are now engaged in the movement. So if I move something, I want to tape this book. Let me demonstrate here. I do not simply only bend here. I let the whole shoulder come into. I do a bend here in the hip joint, keeping my freedom. I got the book, and I can go away with it. And when I stand here, the postural muscular system will keep me upright without me having to put an extra effort into the whole thing. Say thank you very much, Kalle Lundahl.
Thank you.
And bye everyone. Thank you for watching.